When I was 19, I joined the Army, partially to help me get lenience on a distribution charge that I was facing. And it worked. And upon completion of my AIT training, all charges were dropped. After AIT, I went home and was with the reserves. Shortly after I got home, I started partying, and that partying turned into a 24/7 thing, and I pretty much blew off my reserve duties. I never received any repercussions for this. A few years later, I turned 21. My life is in ruins again. My military boot camp straightened me out so much the first time I wanted to join the military again, and this time I joined the Navy. The Army granted me an honorable discharge, and I'm on my way to Great Lakes, Illinois. Army basic training and Navy basic training are actually very different from one another. Army basic training, you're screaming kill all day long, and they are just beating you down at every opportunity. It's drill after drill, workout after workout. But Navy basic training at Great Lakes was more educational based. We did minimal exercise, but we did a lot of studying. And my Army boot camp training really bode well for me. Through basic training, I was the cadence caller. 4, 3, 4. I was the EPO, which was an educational petty officer, which means at nighttime I helped those that weren't picking up the lessons get some extra tutoring in. They also had a notebook that you would carry around that chiefs and petty officers could ask for your notebook and write down accolades about you at the end of the book. After a month and a half, I had 8 or 9 of those accolades. So the Army really had me ready for basic training. Unfortunately, I was a little too intense. I was a little too hype. And after my third either physical or verbal altercation, they pulled me out of my ship. They gave me 2 options. I could go to an anger management course, which took about a month, and then restart training, or they could discharge me. They had me talk to a shrink before I made my decision, and after just a few hours of talking to him, he diagnosed me with antisocial personality disorder. At first, I took the name literal, and it didn't make any sense to me, because I make friends very easily. But later in life, I started to see exactly what he means, because even though I make a good first impression, I don't maintain relationships. I burn bridges. And I was blind to my own self-destructive ways for over 40 years. Thankfully, you can teach an old dog new tricks, because I now see how the human connection is a real blessing. I'll never burn another bridge.